Hello folky pokies, how are we all? This is the third of the Gary and Roy swap and drops, or drop and swaps, whatever way you want to word it, swap shot. This one, we've got a nice little label on this one. Gary's very kindly put a label on this one for us, so forgive that noise, that's just the dishwasher telling me it's finished. This one is Redbush. It's got Redbush tea in it. 250 ml rosy, 500 grams of sugar, 20th of October. So again, this is a fairly young brew, this one. I suspect it will get better with age, a bit like me really. Actually, I've got worse with age, forget that. Let's get opening, chaps. So here we go. Love that. Little bit of mist there. That's what we want. Pour it into our decanter. I would sing a song to you or do something while I'm doing this, but I'm not gonna. So there. Let's make sure we get all of it in there and that we don't pour in any of the nasties that might be in the bottle. I think that's okay. So there we have it. It's quite murky. Again, it's a young brew, so we'll forgive it that. We don't really care about the murkiness, folks. Doesn't really matter. Smells like a scrumpy. Let's see what it tastes like, shall we? I've just run some cold water through this, so let's give it a pour. Right, quite flat. Quite surprised by that, because when I popped the cap, I got a really loud fizz. Cat sitting on the radiator there, she just shit herself. Got a really loud fizz off that, and some smoke, which usually means it's quite well carbonated. But this is flat. A matter. Do you want a cake, by the way, while I'm sitting here? Look, my kids made a cake. I made loads of cakes actually. They've buggered off to the firework display, and they've left a shitload of cakes here. They're trying to tempt me to eat them. This is brewed at Smith, Canvey Island, by the way, folks. So let's have a little sniff. A proper sniff. Smells like a you know, I said in the previous brew. I can't even talk straight. It's because I've been drinking Gary cider. You know, I said in the previous video, I can't remember whether it was the last one. No, it wasn't the last one, was it? Because the last one was the one I didn't like. So it must have been the first one. That I could smell the old rosy. This, it's even more prevalent with rosiness. Not necessarily a bad thing, as long as you like Old Rosie. Can I smell anything else in there apart from Old Rosie? There's not a yeast smell at all in this one. There's certainly no, you know, you get on the previous video I was talking about the alcohol smell. Nah, I can just smell I can just smell Old Rosie, mate. That's all I can see. You know, like when you open up a bottle of Old Rosie, it smells like Old Rosie. It don't smell like anything else, does it? This is exactly the same. Are you sure this just isn't like a... You just poured us some old rosé into another bottle? Let's have a taste. Oh, that's interesting. See, now that I like. What's surprising, Gary, and this has really surprised me, is if you look at it, it looks like it's a flat cider. But when you drink it, there's some carbonation on there, and it dances on your tongue, and it's quite nice. It's not too much. In fact, it feels like tiny little mini carbons jumping around. Carbons. What the fuck I'm talking about, do I? But you know what I mean. It's like miniature bubbles. Like, you know when you have that stuff that pops in your mouth. It's a bit like that. You know, the candy stuff. Popping candy. That proves that there is some fizz in there, folks. And I do like this. Am I getting anything else from it though? Can I taste sort of Redbush tea? I've never had Redbush before, so I don't really know what I'm looking for, in all honesty, Gary. I'm sort of using my knowledge of tea, such as it is, to expect a sort of tea-ness, some sort of tannin in there. And I guess there is a little bit there, but it's actually quite sweet. I think you said this one is about 6%. I can agree with that. Well, don't matter whether I agree with it or not, does it really? It is 6%, just under 6%. But what I don't understand is how you managed to get it carbonated without it looking like there's any... I guess I can just see some tiny bubbles in there, but when it hits your tongue, there's an awful lot of bubbles in it as it hits your tongue, as it goes down. And the other really nice thing about this is that there's a nice sweet aftertaste. Sort of real, how can I explain it? It's like an old rosy, mate, really. But also not like an old rosy, because, as you know, I'm not particularly an old rosy fan. I used to like it when I was in my 20s, when I was a young lad. But as you get older, your taste buds change, and my taste buds have changed as I've got older, and I've gone off scrumpies. But I would drink this. I might have to score this slightly higher than the first one. How would I improve it though? This is really hard, isn't it? You were right in your previous video. This is really hard to do. To sort of try and come up with an explanation of what it is that you like in it and what it is you don't like in it. Let's have a little. The cat's sitting just behind the camera here, staring at me, thinking I'm talking to her, and she's looking at me like I'm bloody stupid, which of course I am. Right. I can imagine, as I drink it, I'm imagining a funnel, okay? Now, you know when you put a funnel in your demijohn and you pour your brew into it, and it goes all the way down, and you've just got that last little bit there, and it goes like that. When you drink that, I'm trying to explain it as best as I can, but when you drink that and it goes down your neck, you get that sort of burst of burst of burps. Carbonation. Burst of carbonation. And I don't know how you've done it, mate. I don't really understand it. It could just be this glass. Maybe I'll try a different glass, but this is, this is a strongbow glass, and it's got, the nucleation points at the bottom. So I would expect to see some fizz in there, and maybe I wonder if there's any in there. It might just be because it's murky a bit. You can't really see it properly. There's probably enough in there to keep it fizzy, but it's quite nice. It's very nice, in fact. Mouthfeel is quite surprising. I do like the last minute burst of apples as it's gone down your gullet. There's that sort of, it tastes alright, tastes alright, tastes alright. Oh, it tastes really good. Oh shit, it's gone, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's very much like that. So I'm going to have to score this now. And I know I haven't been very descriptive, but I'm trying to explain what I like about it, and it's very difficult. But would I drink it again? Yes. Would I? How many of these would I be able to drink? In all honesty, could I do more than 2 or 3 of these? I could probably do 2 or 3 at a push. Because the fizziness is very strange, because you don't expect it, and it throws you back a bit, because it doesn't even look fizzy. I mean, that's puzzled me. I don't know whether you've done something different there to confuse and disorientate me. However, it's a nice brew. The mouthfeel is really nice, especially as just after it's gone down. It is really nice, really nice, really nice. Oh bloody hell, I want some more. So taking that into account, and the fact that I can't smell any alcohol or yeast at all on that, which surprises me. You get that sort of early brew yeast smell and alcohol, as I've sort of tried to explain it, probably quite badly, in the previous video with the apple and raspberry one. None of that in this at all. This needs aging, definitely. It needs another 4 months or so, at most. And I wonder what it'll be like in like 4 or 5 months' time. I'm hoping it'll be better. So we'll have to give it another go, Gary, in 4 months' time. You have to let me know. At the moment, this is my favourite of the 3 I've done so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Because I really do like it, and I'm going to finish it. Whereas, sorry mate, but the raspberry one, I had to chuck it down the sink because it was rank. I'm being honest. So, the first one I did drink. This one I will definitely drink. I'm going to finish it now. Honestly, I'm going to finish it. I'm not going to chuck it down the drink because I like this one. So yeah, well done, mate. You need to let us know how you've done it. Put the recipe below and what you've thrown in there. I know you've given me some clues. You put little Redbush tea, 6 tea bags in there. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the Redbush that gives it that sort of that oomph. I don't know. So yeah, if you could just confirm it, mate, stick it underneath. Or just tell me. But in case anyone else wants to listen in on it and get an idea as to how much went into this. At the moment, as I say, it's 8 out of 10. It's my favourite. So I think this one is going to take some beating, because I don't usually give 8. You're lucky if you get 7, mate, really, off of me, because I'm quite stringent with my... I never give myself... I sometimes give myself an 8. Sometimes when I revisit them after a few months, I go, that's brilliant, I'll go back to that. But yeah, well done. Cheers, mate. I really like this one. I would definitely have another go of these. but then you'd have to bring me some bottles around, wouldn't you? So, but yeah, well done, mate. Cheers. See you in the next one.